Today we're gonna do a review of the Peak Design Outdoor Backpack 25 liter. In this review, we're gonna pack the bag out. We're gonna talk about some real, honest pros and cons. Because the ultimate goal is to help you decide if this is the bag that suits your needs. Because if it's not, you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of this video, where I'll make some alternative recommendations for bags that might better suit your needs. Because I've reviewed about 500 bags on this channel, and our goal here is to help you find your soul bag. Let's talk about the gist of the Peak Design Outdoor Backpack 25 liter. For those unaware, Peak Design is a carry brand that hails from California. And they're known for making very innovative, very premium photography and travel bags. And this is their first sort of foray into the world of outdoor bags, hence the name, the Outdoor Backpack. Now, I want to note that we're not an outdoor bag review channel, and we're also not like a photography channel. And you might be thinking to yourself, then why the are you reviewing this bag? Because here at Nomads Nation, while we aren't specific in those niches, we are one of the world's top bag review channels. And we get a lot of requests to review bags like this for people who are looking for an urban everyday carry or for travel. So please take this review with a slight grain of salt that we're not gonna be reviewing it from the lens of what it's designed to be, an outdoor bag. We're gonna be reviewing it from a lens of an everyday carry and or travel bag. Speaking of which, some of this bag's top features are, it's super sick aesthetic. Our media manager, Margaret, and myself, we had some problems with the larger version of this bag, the 45 liter, that I think might also extend to this bag, but one problem we don't have is the aesthetic. It just looks like outdoorsy, but brought into the future. It's got a really cool aesthetic. It has a drawstring opening to the front and the roll top access to the main compartment, which also has access via the back panel. We got a laptop sleeve and or hydration bladder on the back of the main compartment. 2 side water bottle pockets. The thickest shoulder straps I ever done seen in my entire life. A couple pockets on the shoulder straps and the ability to stow away the shoulder straps behind the back panel, and I'll show you how that works 1, 2, 3 sections from now. Final answer. Now the size is 20 liters, unless you want to expand the top of the roll top, which then gives you the full 25 liters. 20 to 25 liters is that perfect everyday carry sweet spot. And for travel, it might be a little too small to be like your one bag travel pack. But if you want to pair this with a suitcase or just keep it as your personal item, there could definitely be some benefits for that, especially if like when you get to your destination, you like to do a bit of hiking and outdoor activities. Let's talk dimensions. We've got a height of around just under 20 inches, around 12 inches width, and a base depth of around 6 inches. For weight, we got 2.6 pounds on scale number 1 and 2.5 pounds on scale number 2, which is a pretty average liters to weight ratio. And the bag comes in 3 color options. This is the bag when it's empty, and this is the bag when it's fully packed out and worn on the Nomads Nation team. For reference, I'm 5'8", and our media manager, Margaret, is 5'2". And don't worry, we're gonna pack out this bag throughout the entire review so you can see exactly what it fits. Peak Design bags have one of the best warranties in the game. Not only is it lifetime, but they are notorious for honoring that warranty. And for all that, the Outdoor Backpack 25 liter currently runs around $250 USD. And if at any point in this review you find yourself thinking to yourself, that is the outdoor backpack / travel bag / EDC / just bag in general of my dreams, and you're gonna make a purchase, we highly suggest that you make that purchase using the first link in the description below. Reason being, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes. But that link also helps support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel and team so we can keep making the best darn bag reviews on the web. Thank you very much. All right, let's talk about the front of the Peak Design Outdoor Backpack 25 liter. Just briefly touching on that aesthetic again, I think it's just so cool. It's like this futuristic, outdoorsy bag. Roll top's always got the meanest aesthetic in my opinion. Sleek front, not a lot going on. Maybe the branding might be a bit loud for some, but the dominant part of this aesthetic is this clean front panel and the fabric used on that panel, which is Peak Design's ultralight TerraShell 210D ripstop nylon. Now here's the deal. I'm pretty sure that what Peak Design has done is taken the nylon, this ripstop here that's used throughout the bag on the front and the back, and then just added a coating. Because you can see right here, it's still ripstoppy, right? So I think it's just the same fabric, but with a face. Now, faces like this have pros and cons. On the pros side, extra weather resistance and a significantly sleeker aesthetic. But on the cons side, faces like this can peel. At the end of the day, it is plastic. I can't say for sure if this face and this fabric will peel, but the likelihood will definitely increase with more exposure to sunlight, so something to keep in mind. Underneath the front panel, you've got this right here, which should be noted, just no hidden pocket. I thought there'd be a pocket there, there's no pocket there, but we do have some external lash points, one on either side, which you can then utilize Peak Design's external clips to carry things externally on the bag. Now on the front, we have these 2 pockets right here, which are both, in my opinion, quick access pockets, one of which has a key leash. Love this key leash. As you can see, it's got some elasticity to it. Allows you to kind of swing the bag around and unlock your door significantly easier. But aside from that, these pockets don't have any additional organization, and they basically both run to the middle, one on each side. These pockets are great for things that you want quicker access to. So we'll go ahead and pop my keys right there. Very nice. Wallet, Zin, gum, AirPods. As you can see, you can fit a decent amount of gear in there for how small of a pocket it actually is. And on the other side, we're gonna see if it fits my bulkier sunglass holder, which it absolutely does. So these pockets are quite nice, giving you a bit of versatility and quick access. I also quite like the zipper pullers that are being used here. The pocket's sort of hidden nature might make finding these zippers a little harder. That's why they got a little highlight effect. I love actually the color combination too. You got like this, I don't know, like kind of copper and black going on. And yeah, that should about do it for the front. Let's jump into the middle of the Peak Design Outdoor Backpack 25 liter. Again, at the bottom, you just got these external lash points that you can use with those front ones, clip things on the bottom of the bag. And on the side, let's talk about these water bottle holders. I love the fabric that's being utilized here. It's got a really nice feel to it. I mean, there's one thing about Peak Design that I can never take away from them, and that is the usage of holy effing cow. Those are premium materials. Because holy effing cow, I mean, the whole bag. And this is Peak Design's thing, and we'll actually get into a bit more detail. And what's crazy too is that Peak Design actually makes their own hardware in-house as well. So that gives Peak Design a freedom of innovation that a lot of companies cannot compete with. So you've got to commend Peak Design for that. And these water bottles are massive, dude, as they should be on an outdoor bag, right? Hydration is of the most importance. Now we're gonna check out the actual water bottle capacity when the bag is fully packed out. Speaking of which, let's get into the main compartment. Actually, wait. But before we do, you can see on either side we have compression straps. These can also be used to secure your water bottle, and they can in fact be loosened and connect to various parts of the bag, so you can then customize how you want to secure the gear that's on the side of your bag. And honestly, most of this review has been pretty positive so far, but let's talk about where, for me, things get a little dicey. And that's really this top opening, which I think looks so freaking cool, but functionally speaking, getting into it can be Reason being, we have this drawstring sort of closure. Now to undo the drawstring, you gotta pull on this Hypalon tab, and that gets you in there, right? Now we've got a little bit of a black hole scenario going on. I think I prefer the purple version, which has like a purple interior, which gives it a little bit lighter of a color, which gives a highlight effect, which makes it easier to find your gear. But you can see in here, we've got these drawstrings, you've got the side drawstrings, and then you've got more drawstrings in here. There's just a lot of strings going on. This is like a octopus or something. Like there's a whole lot of stringage that is occurring, and it's a bit of a dangle nightmare for someone like me who's not very organized and prefers a bit more of a streamlined experience. But it does provide a lot of customization if that's your cup of tea. Now notice we have this front pocket here, and then the actual main compartment here. Let's talk about the front pocket first. Now, the good news is that all these extra cords here are removable, so if you are like me and you're like, dude, I love that bag, but I hate all that octopusness that's going on, you can take all these off, and yet again, these are just external lash points, helping you clip things and secure things, which I get, you know, like I said, this is being reviewed through the lens of a non-outdoorsy, non-photography person, so it's a bit of a biased review. But if you are an outdoorsy photography person and you just want to use this for traveling or EDC and make it a bit simpler, you can just take these off and stow them away. Then you got sort of a quick access pocket here, which we're gonna pack out this whole bag sort of in one motion in just a second. Let's talk about the main compartment first. And you can see we've got a bit of a black hole. Now here's one issue with roll tops. Well, the non-issue is they just look so good. And they provide extra weather resistance and durability, because on the weather resistance side, you can just go ahead and close this shut, and then this is very well protected. But then on the durability side, one less zipper to worry about breaking. But then on the access side, it's always a bit cumbersome to kind of get in there. But Peak Design has given us a very nifty back access, which thank God, because this is just old school backpack nightmare. This is new school backpack convenience. I'm a big fan of convenience. Now in this main compartment, there's no real additional organization or pockets on this side. But like I said, we do have the sleeve right here. Let's go ahead and pack it out so you can get a good idea of the bag's capacity. So you can see here we got some EDC stuff, a couple tech pouches, hoodie, notebook, umbrella. Go ahead and pop these tech pouches on the bottom. This is my ultralight Unbound Merino Oxblood hoodie, which I love. I'll put that in there as well. Notebook here at the top. You can see, yeah, we're dealing with about, I don't know, it feels like around 18 to 20 liters capacity. Now for the tech sleeve, it's also a hydration bladder, so if you are the outdoorsy type, you'll know exactly what to do with that. You can see right here, you've got the pass-through hole to make sure you're getting a steady flow of H2O throughout your outdoor experience. But if you're looking to carry some tech, you can see my 13-inch MacBook Pro fits pretty well. We got a nice little false bottom here as well, which means if you drop your bag, your laptop is less likely to get damaged. Got a 3D printout of a 16-inch MacBook Pro here, which is gonna be tight. And that's probably going to be the extent of a laptop that'll fit in the sleeve. 17 inches, sorry, not gonna happen. Got a little lash point right here. Great for that hydration bladder so you can clip it onto. But if you're just going into tech mode, you can secure your laptop with this Velcro strap right here. Now, let's close up this main compartment, which still has some room to spare. And now we can try to pack out this front pocket, which isn't like super big in terms of volume, but could be a good spot for a backup shirt or jacket right there. And then you can see I got my over-the-head headphones. Pop them right there. Now with the expansion, like I said, it's 20 liters in the bags like this and 25 liters when it's fully expanded. Keep in mind that at the top of the roll top, we have a magnetic closure, which is very satisfying to use. But the more that you're filling the bag up, the more likely it is for that magnetic closure to come undone. And then to secure the top, you gotta make sure that these lashes right here are positioned correctly, and then you pull on the drawstring. And this is all cumbersome to me. Just some of y'all out there, I'm curious, like, what do you think? Like, is this whole like top drawstring roll top cord system annoying, or is it totally awesome because you get more customization? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And now finally, let's go ahead and talk about these side pockets, AKA water bottle pockets, because they are beefy. And what's great about them is they seem to have a decent amount of volume as well. So I got this bag pretty packed out, and we're gonna do a 24-ounce Columbia. You can go ahead and slide that in, and wow, I mean, it has eaten that water bottle whole. This is a very, 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 very tall water bottle holder. We're looking at a height of, God, almost 11.5 inches, which is great because if you carry a big 1 liter Yeti like this guy, definitely gonna fit in with room to spare, but it also gives you some versatility for using these pockets for other bits of gear. I'm a big fan of putting snacks in pockets like this, or you could even sneak an umbrella, or obviously Peak Design catering to photographers, great spot for tripods. Overall, I'm not gonna lie, this bag is a bit on the complicated side. And you know what else is complicated? The bag world in general, because there's so many amazing brands pushing out next level gear, like Peak Design, Air, Bellroy, Evergoods, the list goes on and on and on. So I gotta let you know, if you totally dig bags and you wanna reduce the complications in regards to the newest drops and what's happening in this industry, you might be happy to find out that here at Nomadization, we don't just do epic YouTube reviews, but we also have the Nomadization newsletter. In that newsletter, you can look at me as like your reporter in the field, on the front lines of what's happening in the world of travel and everyday carry gear. So if you wanna keep your finger on the pulse of all the newest drops, all the discount codes, and plus some travel hacks and EDC tips and everything in between, be sure to look for this globe emoji in the description below. There you can sign up to the Nomadization newsletter and hope to see you in your inbox. Okay, let's talk about the back of the Peak Design Outdoor Backpack 25 liter. We got this top handle. And I use quotations because it's not much of a top handle. Now, I'm gonna be honest, they use the same top handle on the 45 liter travel backpack, and I was significantly more offended by it because on a travel backpack, you want some beefiness to that handle, right? It's a heavy bag. But a 25 liter bag is a little bit lighter, so I'm less offended by this thing. And the thing is, I actually quite like it from like a aesthetic and just like the way it feels and looks. I don't know, it's nice, but like functionally speaking, carrying the bag with this isn't totally awesome, but hanging the bag with this is totally awesome. Now with the shoulder straps, there was a whole bunch to talk about. One thing in particular is the fact that they are integratable. Is that a word? With Peak Design's capture clip system. Is that what it's called, Margaret? The capture clip system? You're the photographer, you would know. And that's Peak Design's photography, like modular ecosystem where you can clip cameras on. Obviously, like I said, I'm not a photographer, but if that is your bag, Peak Design has got your back. Now talking about these shoulder straps, there's actually a lot going on. We've got a significant amount of padding at the top, plenty of lash points, a double sternum strap situation, 2 pockets, 2 sleeves, the ability to disconnect and stow away. So much to discuss, but let's talk about the width of these bad boys. Because in my entire life, why do I keep speaking in a southern drawl? In my whole life, I've never seen 4-inch wide shoulder straps, except for on the 45 liter version as well. And that's really big. There's pros and cons with that. The pros, like it bears the brunt of the weight of the bag a bit better, so it can increase comfort. But the cons is just like you feel it. It's like, it's not like that old school JanSport light and breezy backpack. Just like there's fabric everywhere. But they did that for a reason, primarily for the fact that you can utilize these pockets for your cell phone or other bulky bits of gear. You can throw a wallet in there, maybe even a passport and boarding pass. They're utilizing a lovely Darlington mesh right here, one of the best meshes in the game. Looks great, feels great, and a really nice amount of elasticity, giving you a bit more versatility in what you can pack in those pockets. A couple lash points here if you want to connect things externally to the bag. Underneath these pockets is where you connect the capture clip. And for the stowage, a very interesting system. This is where you've got a metal hardware buckle right here, custom made by Peak Design. You go ahead and buckle it, take it out of this loop, and then what you can do is actually slide it up on through the back panel, which is not the cleanest or easiest way to do it, but when you get it up there, it's up there. This could be a great feature for traveling, especially if you're carrying the bag, if you're placing the bag underneath the seat in front of you. Just less dangle, easier to slide the bag underneath. But like I said, it is a bit difficult to get in, but getting out, piece of cake. Super easy to clip back into place, super easy. Now, for the last notes about the back of this bag, let's talk about comfort, which, like I said, with the width of these shoulder straps, it is going to increase the comfort. It just feels a little weird. Feels like I'm being, I don't know, it's not always comfortable. And what also is a little weird is Peak Design gave us 2 sternum straps. Why, I don't know. Now, here's the deal. I should be euphoric about this because I love me some sternum straps, because sternum straps help to redistribute the weight of the backpack from your lower back into your torso, extra comfort, extra back health. I don't know if I need 2. But the good news is that these sternum straps are in fact completely, these are good. They're completely removable. So you can just kind of put one in the backpack for later, so you always have a backup. Or if you want to go double sternum strap, double the comfort, that's an option as well. But unfortunately, with double the sternum straps comes double the dangle. We got the dangle here and here. And at the bottom of the shoulder straps of the nylon webbing, bring out the dangle protester. There he is. I've never named you. Should we name him Margaret? We'll just keep him as the dangle protester for now, but maybe you'll get a name later. But he's very, very passionate about stopping excess dangle. Me too. $250 backpack. I don't love this. I would have loved some sort of management system just to kind of keep that dangle in its place. Unfortunately though, not an option with this bag. But overall, I will admit, very comfortable. We're only at 20 to 25 liters. The Peak Design knows how to put together good harness systems. Actually a really nice amount of comfort right up here at the top of the shoulder strap. Pretty comfy bag, actually. I'm not gonna lie, I like this 25-liter version more than I like the 45-liter version. Much more. I think that the additional complications make sense for me on a smaller bag because smaller is more manageable. When you have this bag double the size, then you have double the dangle and double the cords and the whole octopus thing, it just feels like a lot more overwhelming. But I think if you're trying to do like a 3-in-1 bag situation where you want a camera bag that's pretty sick, an outdoor bag that's pretty sick, and make an everyday carry bag, and maybe a travel bag, this can kind of do it all without making my head spin too much. And one final note that inside here, you do have some magnetic hardware, which allows you to connect the waist strap to as well, if you want to increase the comfort of the bag even more. All right, let's talk about the overall pros and the cons of the Peak Design Outdoor Backpack 25-liter. Pro number 1, sick aesthetic. Pro number 2 is going to be the weather resistance. And pro number 3, I'm gonna say, is actually the versatile storage options. Just because these water bottle holders are massive, and you also got the 2 options in the shoulder straps as well. But on the flip side, I got some cons. Con number 1 is the tediousness of the top roll drawstring compartment. Con number 2, for many, this top handle will not get the job done. And con number 3, I'm gonna say overall, it is quite a complicated user experience. And just a reminder, if you're still watching this and you've weighed the pros and the cons, you're thinking to yourself, I'm in, let's do the damn thing, I'm gonna buy one. And you're gonna make a purchase, we just wanna remind you that we highly suggest you do so with the first link in the description, just because that link makes sure that you get the best price, and if we have any discount codes, that's all they'll be. But if you're not quite sold, let's talk about some alternative recommendations that might better suit your bag needs. Alternative recommendation number 1 is going to be the Evergoods EWS backpack. Great pick for you if you're looking for that sort of outdoorsy roll top backpack, and weather resistance is a priority for you, because while this is a weather resistant bag, the EWS is going to be significantly more water and weather resistant. And alternative number 2 is going to be the Millican & Smith roll top. Now this bag we reviewed on our sister channel, Gear for the Girls. And it's a great pick for you if you're looking for a roll top, but maybe you don't need something so outdoorsy. You're looking for a bag that has good weather resistance, that is a roll top, but you might want something a bit more urban looking. To be honest, all 3 of these bags have their distinct pros and cons, but if you're interested in learning more about the alternative recommendations, just go ahead and watch these videos right here. If you got any questions about any bags, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.